This condition of what we call being locked in refers to this idea that you can have completely intact cognition and awareness, but have no way to express that.
Speaking of storage of and ability to speak, you are doing some amazing work and have achieved some pretty incredible, well-deserved recognition for your work in bringing language out of paralyzed people, essentially allowing people who are locked into a paralyzed state or otherwise unable to articulate speech using brain-machine interface, essentially translating the neural activity of areas of the brain that would produce speech into hardware, artificial, non-biological tools in order to allow paralyzed people to communicate.
No voluntary movement, no ability to speak. And that is devastating because psychologically and socially, you're completely isolated. In fact, this is how he communicated, was through a device that he would essentially peck out letters one by moving his neck to control this stick attached to his baseball cap. He hadn't really spoken for about 15 years. So we've been studying this patterning of electrical activity for consonants and vowels. And essentially, once we figured out a lot of these codes for the individual phonetic elements, part of the lab started to focus on this very specific question. As someone is trying to say those words, and then can we intercept them and then have them taken out of the brain through wires to a computer that are going to interpret those signals and translate them into words. So we started a clinical trial. He told me or communicated to us that was absolutely devastating. He wanted really to die at that time. That was the first time that someone was paralyzed and could create words and sentences that was just decoded from the brain activity.
These days, we hear a lot about Neuralink, right? Elon Musk's company. While brain-machine interface of the sort that you do and that other laboratories do has been going on for a long time.
I think that these are very serious kind of questions to be asking now because, as you mentioned, the pathway so far is really to focus on these medical applications. I personally don't think that we've thought enough, actually, about what these kind of scenarios are going to look like. But we are entering this area of like enhanced cognition, these areas that I think the technology is going to be the rate limiting step and how far it can go. And we have not had the full conversations about, number one, is this what we actually want? Is this going to be good for society? Who gets access to this technology?